Richard just completed the 2011 draft. You're pretty happy overall with the picks that Tigers got?
Yeah, absolutely, Adrian. We're pretty happy with the picks we got. You'll never get the exact order that you think you're going to get, but overall, at the picks we got, we were basically first or second option at every pick we had. So we think we've got in 3 players who can really contribute to the Richmond Footy Club.
And just take us through some detail about each player. Brandon Ellis at pick 15.
Yeah, really excited about Brandon. Probably the three pillars of recruiting almost, or from our point of view, is, do they compete? No. Do they kick it well, make good decisions, and do they have outstanding character? And he's probably in the top 10% of all 3 of those categories. So we see him as a bulletproof selection who's going to play footy early and going to play lots of footy for us. He's an outstanding kid, driven, outstanding kick. You'll see on the highlights you guys have put together that he's a magnificent kicker of the footy and super tough. So we just can't see any reason why he's not going to play a lot of AFL footy for us.
Tell us about Todd Elton at pick 26.
Yeah, look, Todd's amazing, really. If you would have told us maybe 3 months ago, he was spoken about as a top 5 pick. Basically his carnival was mediocre. His year was sort of a bit up and down, and for that reason he sort of tended to drop a little bit in the rankings. But at pick 26, they just don't grow on trees. He's 197 centimetres. He's quick, he's clean, he's competitive, and we think he can play deep forward, deep back, relief in the ruck. So we think, again, he's going to play a lot of AFL footy for us.
And Matthew Arnott at pick 55.
Yeah, Matty's a kid who played for Oakley Chargers this year, and I think he's going to be a club favourite. He's as competitive as they come. So I reckon our coach is going to love him. He smashes in like he does, and he's going to hurt blokes when he tackles them. But we think he's got a bit of skill to go with it. And we're really looking for an inside midfielder, which we didn't get with our early picks, but we think he's an outstanding pick at that pick. And again, same as Brandon, that he will do everything he can to make it in AFL footy. He's a really driven kid, and we're excited to get him on board.
Looks like a balance in the selections that Richmond's got in terms of tall, small, and also the needs that you're looking for previously.
Yep. Look, it sort of gets overplayed a little bit, the needs, and particularly in a draft that wasn't the strongest draft, you really just got to find good players. So, as I said before, we have the pillars of, do they compete? No. Is their kicking good, and do they have good character? So if they can fit that, we're going to be a strong chance of taking them. But maybe later in the draft, when you get to that and there's not much difference between the players, well then maybe we will pick for a need. And that was discussed with our last pick, as you saw, that we took a bit of time with that Matthew Arnott pick, and that was for that exact reason, to sort of work out, okay, we've got this player against this player, the type, and we get the coach involved and sort of think, what's the best option.
Now, what can the boys expect in the first few days and weeks of being at Tigerland?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a bit of a whirlwind for them because, as you guys know, that they're off to Arizona on Tuesday, so they'll be basically in at the club. We've tried to drop subtle hints as we've interviewed blokes whether they've got a passport. Otherwise, it's going to be a mad 2 days trying to get one between now and Tuesday. But it's really great timing because they get to know the boys and the coaching staff and all that pretty quickly, and it's a really good bonding experience for them, and they'll come back feeling a part of the club, I reckon, where maybe it might take a bit longer. Otherwise, if they'd be pretty nervous coming into a Monday training, but they're going to get away with the whole group and feel a part of the club really quickly.
It must be a relief now. That's another year's work done.
Yeah, well, not quite yet, Adrian. Like, obviously, we've already looked at our list, and there's 3 or 4 blokes we thought would get drafted and didn't, and so we'll probably sit down tomorrow before we go back home and actually sit down and work out a strategy for the rookie draft and work out who we think we can get and which order we need to take them and things like that. So we've still got another 2 or 3 weeks before our Mad Monday.
Thanks for joining us.
Cheers. Thanks, Adrian.